Steve and Joe grew up together in Bethesda, Maryland. They both went to the same high school, played on the football team together, and graduated from prestigious universities. They both had an interest in the medical field and both took pre-med coursework as undergraduates. Joe had a really outgoing personality, and he was very motivated to start making as much money as he could as soon as possible. He really wasn't interested in studying for at least 4 more years in medical school, so when he graduated, he received a good offer from a pharmaceutical company and became a pharmaceutical drug salesman. Steve, on the other hand, he really wanted to help people and give something back to his community, so he decided to continue on to medical school to become a doctor. Today, Joe is a successful manager for a major pharmaceutical company's sales division, and his territory is the Washington, D.C. metro area. Dr. Steve is now a primary care physician who has his own practice in Rockville, Maryland. The two haven't seen each other since college, so they were both surprised when Joe walked into Dr. Steve's medical practice as the new pharma rep. Joe brings Dr. Steve in his practice a few boxes of samples for Cholestor, a drug that helps lower cholesterol. Joe tells his old friend Dr. Steve all about the drug and how great this is for all of his patients with high cholesterol. He tells him that there is no need for any other cholesterol medication, and that this is the best drug available for all of his patients who want to lower their cholesterol. But Dr. Steve knows that Joe works for the company that manufactures and sells Cholestor. So while he knows that Joe is a good person, he also knows that he is financially biased when it comes to promoting Cholestor as the best possible option for his patients. Joe earns commission off of all of the Cholestor he sells, so it would be almost impossible for him to be unbiased and objective about the drug. Dr. Steve tells Joe that while he is sure that Cholestor is a good fit for some patients, it will not be a good fit for all of his patients. He tells Joe that he has to do a thorough evaluation of each patient's medical history and their needs, as well as a thorough evaluation of the drug before he would be able to prescribe the drug to any of his patients. So what does this have to do with the difference in the financial services industry between a broker and a registered investment advisor, or RIA? Well, in this scenario, Joe, as a pharmaceutical salesman who makes commissions off of product sales, is like a broker. Steve, the doctor, who looks out for the best interest of his patients and gives unbiased advice based on his patients' needs, is like a registered investment advisor, or RIA. A broker is like a pharmaceutical rep. A broker is compensated for selling as many products as possible and is not required to place the client's interest before his or her own. They're typically compensated by transactions, not client needs. Most never offer a customized financial plan that is tailored to their client's needs. In addition, they're not even required to disclose conflicts of interest to their clients. A registered investment advisor is like a doctor. He or she provides unbiased, comprehensive financial planning advice and has a fiduciary duty to recommend financial products which are in his or her client's best interest. He or she does not receive commissions from the sale of financial products like mutual funds, annuities, and insurance products, and has no financial incentive to recommend something which is not in the best interest of their clients. The problem is that most people have no idea if their financial advisor is a broker or an RIA, or even what the differences are. The Rand Institute for Civil Justice found that 63% of people believed that broker-dealers were required to act in their best interest, which they're not. And 70% believe that broker-dealers must disclose conflicts of interest, which they don't. In fact, if investors knew that broker-dealers were not required to act in their best interest, 70% of them would not use broker-dealers. So, if you or a friend or business colleague need help with rolling over an IRA, or maybe you may have come into an inheritance or have just gotten a well-deserved bonus from work, you may be thinking that you're going to Steve the doctor, when in reality, you're going to Joe the pharmaceutical salesman. Please visit our What is a Fiduciary page to learn more about the legal requirements of our fiduciary standard that RIAs are held to.